As we age, many of us begin to reflect on what truly matters. Have you ever stopped to think about how much of your daily stress comes from things that you won't need or care about in the future? How much of your time is occupied by worries that, in hindsight, will prove to be non-essential? In today's video, we will reveal 9 things you can do without after 61 years old. These discoveries can not only lighten your life, but also open up new spaces for your joy, serenity, and genuine pleasure in living. Are you ready to discover how to enhance your life by eliminating what is not truly necessary? Then make yourself comfortable and let's embark on this journey together. It is important that you watch this video until the end because you will discover exactly how to free yourself from what weighs you down, making room for true happiness. As we age, the perception of ceremonies and social formalities changes significantly. Many studies in social psychology have highlighted how, after 61 years, interest in social events and gatherings motivated mainly by obligations or the need to maintain appearances decreases. This phenomenon is attributed to greater self-confidence and a shift in personal priorities, which tend to favor the quality of interactions over quantity. Research indicates that this reduction in the obligation to attend formal events can have significant benefits for the mental health of the elderly. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Health revealed that older individuals who select their social activities based on the personal value they provide, rather than adhering to social norms, tend to show lower levels of stress and greater life satisfaction. This sense of autonomy and freedom of choice is essential for maintaining independence and self-esteem, which are crucial for psychological well-being in old age. Additionally, the ability to decline unwanted invitations and focus on gatherings that truly enrich one's life allows for the optimization of emotional and physical resources. According to Laura Carstenson's socio-emotional selectivity theory, as people age, many, though not all, tend to become more selective in their social choices, prioritizing relationships and activities that maximize positive feelings and minimize conflicts and stress. This selective approach not only improves the quality of interactions, but also helps conserve vital energy, allowing older individuals to invest it in passions and interests they may have previously neglected. After 60 years old, it becomes not only possible but also advantageous to withdraw from ceremonies and social formalities that do not add real value. This change offers the opportunity to renew one's social engagement in more meaningful and personally satisfying ways, reshaping the fabric of daily interactions to more authentically reflect who they have become over the years. Working without true passion can turn into a disheartening routine, especially when work becomes merely a way to pass the time rather than a source of personal and professional satisfaction. Some studies in occupational psychology indicate that engagement with one's work is critically linked to psychological well-being and productivity. As people age, especially after 61, many reflect on the true significance of their work commitments. The transition to retirement or reducing professional engagements offers a unique opportunity to reconsider how one wants to spend their time and energy. According to a study published in the Journal of Management Studies, individuals who choose to pursue activities that reflect their true passions and interests, rather than staying in jobs out of pure necessity or habit, tend to report much higher levels of happiness and satisfaction. This phenomenon is explained by the concept of authenticity, which emphasizes the importance of acting in ways that are consistent with one's true self. Moreover, engaging in meaningful activities can not only improve the quality of life, but also promote mental and physical health. Competition can be a powerful driver of personal and professional growth, but also a source of stress and dissatisfaction, especially when it is based on material or professional comparisons with others. Studies in developmental psychology indicate that as people age, particularly after 61, many experience a significant shift in their approach to competition. Instead of measuring success through comparison with others, they begin to value personal success based on their own standards and goals, a transition that can lead to greater satisfaction and serenity. This change is explained by the socio-emotional selectivity theory, which suggests that as people approach old age, they tend to focus more on the quality of their emotional lives rather than the accumulation of new experiences or material successes. This theory is supported by numerous studies showing that older adults prioritize relationships and activities that promote positive feelings and reduce those that generate stress or negativity, including competitive comparisons with others. Furthermore, research on happiness and well-being has found that reducing interpersonal competition significantly contributes to happier and healthier aging. For example, a study published in the Journal of Gerontology demonstrated that elderly individuals who forego competitive comparisons and focus on intrinsic goals, such as personal improvement or community contribution, often report higher levels of psychological well-being and better mental health. It is important to emphasize that moving away from competition does not mean abandoning personal or professional growth, but rather recalibrating goals and objectives to more closely align with what makes life personally meaningful and rewarding. After 61, many people discover that living on their own terms, rather than in a perpetual race with others, is not only possible but also extremely liberating. This realization can open the door to a deeper exploration of oneself and a renewed commitment to activities and relationships that truly enrich one's life. Accumulating objects over the years may seem like a natural result of living a full life, but often these accumulations end up taking up more mental and physical space than believed. Studies in environmental psychology have shown that an environment overloaded with objects can reduce the ability to concentrate, increase stress, and even negatively affect mood. In particular, after 61 years old, many people begin to feel the desire to simplify their lives, a process that involves not only the physical environment, but also the inner one. The concept of minimalism, which encourages owning fewer objects to improve the quality of life, is supported by numerous studies that link greater happiness and satisfaction to the reduction in the number of possessions. Research published in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that individuals who practice decluttering, that is, the conscious elimination of unused objects from their homes, tend to report higher levels of well-being and lower stress. This phenomenon is particularly relevant in old age, when maintaining a large number of possessions can become burdensome and less desirable. Additionally, reducing possessions can also help to value what is truly important in life, such as relationships and experiences. This shift in focus can lead to increased social interactions and engagement in life-enriching activities rather than dealing with the management and maintenance of objects. Social psychologists have highlighted that investing time and resources in experiences rather than objects can elevate the perception of personal happiness and promote a sense of connection with others, both of which are crucial for healthy and satisfying aging. As people age, it becomes evident how much time and energy are often wasted on self-imposed obligations or social expectations that do not reflect our true desires or needs. Some studies in psychology have shown that, especially after 61, people tend to evaluate more deeply what truly enriches their lives, freeing themselves from activities they perceive as non-essential or even alien. Adult development psychology suggests that with age comes greater assertiveness in expressing and pursuing what is truly important to the individual. According to an article published in the Journal of Gerontology, elderly individuals often show a greater ability to decline requests that do not align with their values or desires, a tendency that can significantly enhance their quality of life. This tendency is often linked to the so-called disengagement theory, which posits that people tend to withdraw from roles and responsibilities they no longer find meaningful to focus on those they find personally gratifying. Letting go of meaningless obligations not only frees up time and resources, but also brings significant benefits to emotional and physical well-being. Research conducted by psychologists at the University of Michigan found that older adults who actively chose to engage in meaningful activities reported lower levels of stress and better overall health compared to those who continued to perform tasks perceived as useless or imposed. In today's hyper-connected world, the habit of constantly staying updated on the latest news and trends may seem indispensable. However, with age, it is often found that reducing this need can be incredibly beneficial. Research in cognitive psychology and stress indicates that excessive exposure to news can increase anxiety and stress levels, especially when the information is negative or alarming. A study from the University of California revealed that too much information can lead to cognitive overload, reducing the ability to concentrate and process information effectively. As people age, many begin to recognize the value of periodically disconnecting. This does not mean ignoring global events or isolating oneself, but rather consciously choosing when and how to stay informed. Disconnecting from the news allows for carving out spaces of serenity in one's day, fostering greater mindfulness and reducing anxiety from the incessant flow of information. Studies on mindfulness and meditation support the idea that spending time away from the media can improve mental health, increase awareness, and strengthen memory and concentration. Loosening the grip on always staying updated can also help focus better on what is truly relevant to personal life. According to environmental psychology, reducing exposure to continuous external stimuli allows individuals to reconnect with their immediate environment and the people around them, improving the quality of interpersonal relationships and personal satisfaction. This can be particularly valuable after 61, when many begin to value the quality of time spent and the depth of personal connections more than the amount of information accumulated. Choosing to disconnect occasionally is therefore an act of self-care that can free up mental and emotional resources, allowing for a more intentional life focused on what truly enriches existence. In this way, one can live the present more fully, dedicating energy to passions and people that truly matter rather than feeling overwhelmed by a sea of often superfluous data. In old age, the need to seek others' approval tends to diminish, a change that can lead to significant emotional liberation and greater personal authenticity. Some studies in social and developmental psychology have shown that, as people age, they tend to become more selective in their social interactions, prioritizing meaningful relationships and reducing the importance of others' judgments. The freedom to express oneself without fear of judgment thus becomes an inexhaustible source of inner peace. This process of liberation from seeking others' approval is also supported by theories in psychological gerontology, which suggest that older adults tend to exhibit higher levels of self-esteem and well-being, partly due to their ability to accept themselves as they are, regardless of external expectations. A study published in the Journal of Aging Studies revealed that authenticity in the elderly is associated with better mental health and a reduction in anxiety related to how they are perceived by others. Furthermore, freeing oneself from the pursuit of external validation allows for a deeper focus on one's own values and desires, rather than living according to others' expectations. This not only increases the sense of autonomy, but also strengthens decision-making abilities, as confirmed by research in the field of decision psychology. This evolution in the human psyche can lead to renewed vital energy and a reinvigorated sense of purpose, particularly valuable in this stage of life. Therefore, the reduction in seeking others' approval is not only a natural progression of aging, but an essential component for living a more satisfying and serene life in senior years. Embracing this change can encourage a more harmonious and fully realized existence, where personal choices are guided by an authentic expression of the self rather than the need to satisfy someone else. Holding grudges is often compared to a poison that, instead of affecting the person it is directed towards, ends up harming the one who harbors it. This metaphor, effective and powerful, is also confirmed by psychological studies that have explored the effects of grudges and forgiveness on mental health. For example, research published in the journal Psychological Science highlighted how forgiveness can significantly reduce stress levels and improve physical health, while holding grudges can increase the risk of chronic problems such as heart disease and depression. The process of letting go of old grievances and forgiving, including forgiving oneself, is not only an act of magnanimity towards others, but also an act of self-care. Forgiveness allows for the liberation of emotional resources that can be better utilized elsewhere, rather than remaining trapped in a cycle of negativity and bitterness. Studies conducted by Fred Laskin at Stanford University in his famous Stanford Forgiveness Project have shown how forgiveness techniques can decrease the experience of stress and increase overall vitality, regardless of age. Moreover, forgiveness paves the way for personal rebirth and greater serenity. Learning to view past conflicts from a new perspective can help understand and accept that everyone acts based on their own abilities and limitations at that moment. This understanding can transform old pains into opportunities for personal growth and improved interpersonal relationships. Positive psychology, in fact, emphasizes how forgiveness is correlated not only with reduced stress, but also with increased emotional well-being and life satisfaction. Letting go of past grudges does not mean forgetting or approving what happened, but rather not allowing those events to continue negatively influencing your present life. It is a process that requires time and often courage, but the long-term benefits for mental and physical health are immense. For those over 61, this act not only lightens the heart but also allows living the years to come with more peace, harmony, and happiness. The past is a teacher, not a jailer. This statement encapsulates a profound psychological truth regarding our way of relating to mistakes and regrets. Learning from one's mistakes without letting guilt define the present is a crucial step toward a serene and fulfilling life. Studies in the psychological field suggest that forgiving oneself for past regrets is essential for promoting mental well-being. For example, research published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine demonstrated that self-forgiveness can significantly reduce stress and improve one's emotional and physical health. The ability to accept that every choice and every mistake of the past has played a role in shaping who we are today allows us to look back without remorse. This does not mean justifying every mistake or avoiding responsibility for one's actions, but rather recognizing that even errors and slips are an integral part of personal growth. The famous psychologist Carl Rogers argued that self-acceptance is the first step toward positive change. This acceptance includes acknowledging one's imperfections and mistakes without condemning oneself for them. Furthermore, freeing oneself from the weight of regrets allows for living more fully in the present. Focusing on the here and now, rather than dwelling on what has been, paves the way for a richer and more focused existence. When we stop being prisoners of our past, we are free to experience and enjoy the opportunities that life continues to offer us. As some studies on mindfulness and present moment awareness suggest, living in the current moment reduces anxiety and depression, improving the quality of life. Therefore, Learning to view the past as a series of lessons rather than a chain of failures is a vital shift in perspective that can transform how one lives daily life and views the future. Every step, even the wrong one, has been a step toward the person you are today, a person capable of living with more wisdom and serenity. Rediscovering the freedom that comes from letting go of what is no longer needed is one of the most valuable lessons that can be learned after 61 years. Every day can become an opportunity to focus on what truly matters: authentic relationships, true passions, and moments of pure personal pleasure. Remember, letting go does not mean losing, but opening up to new possibilities and a richer, more satisfying life. As we age, we learn that less is often more, and that the quality of our lives is not measured by the number of objects we possess or by others' expectations, but by the peace and joy we experience each day. Take a moment to reflect on what is truly essential for you and make space for a new phase of life full of meaning and happiness. We thank you immensely for watching this video. If this content inspired you, we ask you to give us your precious like and subscribe to the Perla di Saggezza channel for more similar content. Your support is fundamental to us. Additionally, share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. See you in the next video.